This is Rich with Boss Foundry. Do you want to know the most lucrative side hustle you can start as a product manager in 2024? Well, let me move this guy out of the way here. I'll go ahead and tell you. There's 5 things that you can go ahead and do to start as a side hustle. Monetizing your own knowledge, where you don't have to learn that much of anything else that's new. And that's either content, coaching, courses, community, or consulting. You could leverage your product management knowledge to go ahead and create content. You can leverage your product management knowledge to go ahead and do coaching. You can go ahead and leverage your product management knowledge to do courses. You can go ahead and leverage your product management knowledge to go out there and host an online community. You can go out there and actually leverage your product management knowledge to go out there and do consulting. So let's go ahead and break it down. In a previous video, if you haven't watched that yet, 13 income streams that every product manager and tech professional should have, I left out one very major category, and that is actually community. You see, a community could be anything from a Discord group, a Facebook group, a school group. It could also go ahead and it can actually be also, let's just say, a LinkedIn group as well. But let's talk about what's the most lucrative side hustle that you can go ahead and start that's going to pay out. So let's go out there and actually define what's lucrative. Lucrative to me means this. And you could have a different definition and go ahead and troll me all you want on the YouTube comments, but honestly, bro, it's not going to really solve your income problems. Okay? Lucrative to me means something that you can not only sell one time, but you can sell multiple times over, and it means you have scale, you have leverage. That means there's something called a snowball effect. That means the more you do it, the more it aggregates. Now, you can start off here with content, and content is where everything begins. It's your brand, and everything begins on the very left with your LinkedIn. You could start from your LinkedIn. You can drive your traffic on LinkedIn to YouTube channel, Instagram channel, newsletter, X, TikTok, all these other different things. You can go ahead and leverage your LinkedIn to get into career coaching. You can go ahead and use your LinkedIn to go ahead and get into courses, community, consulting. Basically, you can go ahead and drive all those people over there. However, what's the most lucrative funnel? Because people are looking at, I actually have a whole community on school, which has been absolutely blowing up. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. But what's the most lucrative, what's the most lucrative side hustle out of all of these? I would say probably the one that gives you the most scale is actually selling, I would say, either digital products, online courses, or hosting an online community. Why? Well, it's because there's a few things that I define as lucrative. Number one, it's easy to sell. Number two, it doesn't require you to get on, which means it doesn't require you to get on a sales call. Number two, it's recurring. So the more you sell, the bigger pot of the pot grows. And then number three is you can go ahead and gather feedback to either go ahead and provide additional upsells, downsells, or other cross-sell opportunities. You see, with your brand, you can't monetize your YouTube immediately. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't get on YouTube, because I can tell you right now, if there's anything I regret is that I didn't get on YouTube earlier. But YouTube requires you to have at least 10,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours to go ahead and start monetizing. And even from there, it starts becoming a slow burn. But as of right now, for me, now that I'm monetizing on all my YouTube channels, it's fun because whether you buy anything or not, just watching this YouTube video is already printing me cash. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost me, it costs me my time to go out there and record it and my editor for getting it up. But my editor's effort is very low because I just record all my YouTube content on Loom and off of a free Miro board, right? So YouTube can produce rev. Your Instagram, I'm talking about just your Instagram alone, that can also produce rev for you too, but it takes a while for you to go ahead and get enough subscribers and follower account for it to be, classified as one account to another, right? Your newsletter can also monetize for you someday. And I'm not telling you to not do it at all. You still have to do it because this is where a lot of your traffic is going to come from. Because without any of this here, you can't push them to over here. Because ultimately, your brand, and you may not even realize that you have a brand, your brand makes it so much easier for you to cut through the noise and get into all of these other things here, which is like coaching, courses, community, and consulting. But coaching requires effort. I know, because if you take a look at my other YouTube channels right here, I do coaching calls on a weekly basis with various course offers and coaching offers that I have. And it requires my time and it requires my effort. And so much of that is just thrown away. But I do it because I genuinely care about people getting jobs, especially in this market where it's just so brutal. It's a passion project. I'm in a blessed situation where I can choose when I want to work. I can choose the type of work I engage in. I can choose to work if I don't want to work, and I can choose where I want to work. I have time freedom, I have location freedom, I have financial freedom. So this is a passion project for me. But for somebody starting out, you might want to go ahead and start here. And it's not like I'm discouraging you from starting, because career coaching, everything that I have right now comes from career coaching. So all the photos and of like videos that you see from me going all over the place, doing all kinds of fun stuff, all of that came from career coaching. Like, I would not have any of that if it wasn't for career coaching. So I'm not going to downgrade it, but you only have so much bandwidth in a given week. Because if you're still in the job right now, the truth of the matter is, if you're still in the job right now, after 278,000 people got laid off, you're doing at least 3 to 5 people's job, which is absolutely freaking insane. So on the days that you do have time, which is rare and far in between, you also have to have the bandwidth, the mental and the emotional bandwidth to do it. And it's hard because right now you're not just going into the job. Right now, with so much turmoil and volatility that's happening in the market right now, it is, a lot of people are walking into a highly toxic work environment. So it's like, I get it, Rich. It's not like I can't muster up the energy. It's just like, you don't know the shit show that I've had to go out there and deal with. The politics, the egos, the bad roadmaps that I know is going to fail, the personalities and all that. I get it. I absolutely get it. So if you want to start off with low effort, I suggest you spend a little bit more time and just a little bit more effort. You can go ahead and get in an online class or digital product. I talk about in my other videos here how you can go out there and sell like an Airtable template, sell like digital flashcards, go ahead and basically sell a Notion template, anything that helps companies, anything that helps individuals save time, to go ahead. Like, this person here is charging $149 to $219 for a template. And if you research these people they all have their social media handles. They are printing cash on all of their social media handles. But the other thing here is this: that brand is driving them people here, and people that are coming here on Notion and Airtable is going back to their brand. It's absolutely insane. So what does this give you? Well, why does this matter for you? Because if I told you that you had to grind hard, nonstop, put the pedal to the metal for the next 3 to 6 months, I don't know if you have that kind of energy. Unless you're 23. If you're 23 and you're watching this video, congratulations. Please take action on this, because if any of us can go back to that time, I promise you I would have not been a degenerate at that age. I would have been working so much harder to make sure I didn't even need to work right now. But some of you that are watching this right now, you got families, you have other obligations, you have other priorities. This allows you to print cash while you are sleeping. Okay, the email that I love getting in the morning is getting a Stripe notification that somebody purchased something. Because why? It's automatically printing cash. And in another video that I made where it's like how I manage my multiple income streams, because if you take a look at my LinkedIn here, it's like I'm doing all of this. I am a coach for various course offers. I am doing consulting for other companies as a partner advisor. I'm doing all these different things. My LinkedIn here is absolutely blown up. I could not do it without a team. And that's what my program here on School focuses the most. is actually showing you how you can get leverage by onboarding a virtual assistant that works remotely somewhere else around the world, where you can go ahead and leverage their time at a much lower rate to build your secondary income stream through a side hustle or side hustles, so that when it makes sense for you, you can hire that person on a full-time basis. And maybe you can hire another VA and another VA and get time hacks, because you only have 168 hours a week. It's like where I live in New York, oh my gosh, that New York minute it flies back. $1 million will not buy me back a minute of my time yesterday. So the craziest thing is, like, you only have 168 hours. It's lunchtime before you know it. It's dinner time before you know it. Like, you have to get leverage, because also it's not sustainable. You can get laid off right now at any given moment, even if your company is doing well. When other companies that are doing well see companies like Tesla doing layoffs, they start thinking about whether or not they should be doing layoffs too. They can go out there and just start doing mass layoffs just for no reason, and you can be impacted or caught in the crossfire as an innocent casualty. So my advice for you is to go ahead and do this. Get on my school platform, pick a side hustle that you think you can go ahead and commit to. I have a community platform here where you can go ahead and message and communicate with me directly, get connected with other like-minded individuals, other like-minded product managers and tech professionals that are committed to escaping the 9-to-5 grind. Because let's just be honest, it's been a one-sided love affair. I work really hard because I know my members are working just as hard trying to get their jobs, and it makes me so sad that some of them, despite the fact that they're making 175K, 200K, 250K, somebody landed a 300K product manager job in my program. But with inflation as crazy as it is right now, I'm not trying to go out there and diminish it. People are making insane salaries just to feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting, because they have mortgage, they have kids, they have other responsibilities. A lot of people, especially when you're talking about my culture where they're trapped in the sandwich generation, they got to take care of their kids and they got to go ahead and take care of their parents. They're getting rocked financially up, down, left, right, and center. Woo! So they have to go ahead and make additional income, but they just don't know how. Get on my school platform, because for those members, I was like, I hate to see working harder on the job. You've already been working as hard as you can. There's a reason why you got the job. There's a reason why you haven't gotten laid off yet. They obviously see the value in you, but working harder is not going to keep you on the job. It's only going to keep you feeling like you're living paycheck to paycheck. And just for what? The bonus that's never coming? Or the fact that they're constantly threatening and harassing you to come into the office? It's horrible. Get on school. Don't be late to school. I will see you there. Get connected with the community. Because for all of my coaching and course offers, one thing is apparent. Together, we are stronger as a community. You can't figure this thing out on your own. I mean, you possibly can, but it just wouldn't be as fun. I'll see you in school. Don't be late.